Good evening, everybody. Sorry about that. We are all set, ready to roll. Welcome aboard. Happy Monday. Mrs. Flippett is having a technical issue that I'm trying to resolve. The cookies, they must be baked, folks. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? 4 people waiting? Okay, cool. How you doing? Yeah, 4 away. 996, everybody. So if anybody knows 4 people, or 4 people in the chat know 1 person each, or any kind of way you want to divide the math up, and say, hey, guten Abend, Audie Mike, how you doing? Welcome, Dawn. Hello, Pied Piper Postcard Plus. Yes, sorry about that. We are here now, rocking and rolling. Hey, Joe, welcome. Hi, CJ. Thanks for stating the obvious, Dawn. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Welcome. Hey, Connie, how you doing? Did I say Mark? I'm sorry. Hi, Connie. Why do I keep getting CK confused with SM? Hey, Jeff, how are you? See the lights. Good evening. There's Mark. How you doing? Hey, Jeff. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Hey, Stephen, welcome aboard. Good to have you. There she is. Tracy, welcome. Yeah, Jim, listen up a storm. Welcome. I want to hear your report, actually, from Saturday. I wonder if it was slim pickings after Popeye was there gathering up all the goodies on Friday. There you go. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're right there. Hey, Pop. Speaking of the devil, hey, Popeye, welcome. Hey, Sandy. Welcome aboard, everyone. Hopefully I caught up. Sorry I was so late. Hey, Nick. How you doing? Picnic postcards. Yeah, guys, amazing event on Friday. I did that little remote during the show. I don't know how amazing the remote was, but I just tried to walk around basically when I first got there. I think it was like an hour after we showed up and kind of give everybody a lay of the land. Really big event. I was surprised. Popeye, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest in the country. I don't know if it's the world, but in the country, it was definitely a big, like, I think I described it as almost like an airplane hangar kind of a thing. And just filled to the brim with the dealers and lots of goodies. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, exactly. So much stuff, so little time. Yeah, hello to everybody. Biggest in the country. Cool, yeah. So I guess after that, it's all downhill. Like I've heard a lot of people speak about the Allentown thing. Now, is Allentown just postcards, or is it kind of a paper? I saw somebody write paper event or paper festival. In either instance, if they have postcards, and I kind of like ephemera, so I wouldn't mind going up there. Yeah, that's funny, Jeff. Okay, well, we'll have to make a trip one day. Maybe everybody will go out and check that out. Any Disney fans in the house tonight? Got to make a Disney reference. Big shakings last night, about 24 hours ago, less than 24 hours ago. They got rid of Mr. Paycheck. And a lot of Disney people are happy, and I'm amongst those happy people. How many tables? I think it was billed as like 70, some obscene number like that. I believe that's what it said in the on that little webpage that I showed everybody. Prior to the event, it was filled to the gills. I'll tell you, it really was. Hey, Ken, how are you? So Ken, briefly, Ken made an appearance on Friday. Great to see you. We were kind of nose to the grindstone. I think when you came in, Ken, we found the spot. Popeye found the spot where everything was a buck, and there were a lot of RPPCs in that box, mixed in with other stuff. So we were kind of like, we were sitting there for a couple hours, right? I believe it was a couple. Space for 75 dealers. Yeah, it was packed. There you go, Tracy. Yeah, you heard the good news about, I keep saying paycheck, but Chapek out in Z, as they say. Right, Audie Mike? Das out in Z. You'd rather go to, see, that's, it's kind of, they're both on par with each other, as far as I'm concerned. Disney, you don't make money. Disney, you spend the money you make selling the postcards. So it's a one hand feeds the other. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm sure a lot of you folks saw the video I did, was yesterday, the actual video. I should have walked out with all 6. There was actually more than 6. There was 6 of the type I bought, which were the white border and linen. And then there were, I don't know, 4 some odd, what do we call them, tubs of all chromes. And I didn't go for the chromes, and they were like $50 a piece. They were marked at 50, but the guy, he said when we were sitting there for so long, we got to talking with the 2 guys that were running that table or whatever you call it, and they both said, obviously if you buy more, we'll cut you a deal and all, and they did. And what I got like $20 off. I would have got a lot more if I bought all 6. So I do regret that. I should have picked them all up. I'm very happy with what I have. I really am, especially the 40. Whatchamacallit, the 40 puppy PCs. I'm really psyched about that. I didn't really have any, hardly any. Speaking of Disney, you actually messed up the pricing on a rare Disney. Oh no, did you really? Did you list it and sold already? Without question, I would say, Jim, it was almost all collectors. I think I said this when I was walking around. Like, it was nice to see people were just enjoying postcards. You didn't see. I was the only idiot with a camera. I really was. There was nobody else walking around. There was nobody on their phone. I didn't see hardly anybody looking up comps on these things. Very, very few, if any. It was really just, like you said, collectors that enjoyed being there. Did you see a little speech from the guy? It was an unprovoked speech. I was walking by his table, and he just looks up at me. He goes, "Why do you think people go to postcard shows?" I don't know. I said, "I don't know. You want to tell me why?" He goes, "I'd love to tell you why." So I just kind of put the camera on him, and away he went. It was pretty cool. But definitely a passionate group of people. They love their postcards. Way to go, Nick. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, Steven. A postcard with a squeaker inside. That's interesting. You bought it for €6 on Del Camp. Oh, you got that stuff sold in 5 minutes. Oh, man. I mean, that's good, but you're saying you probably could have got double that if you waited, if you priced it accordingly. Hey, Peddling Profits, welcome aboard. Good evening. Yeah, well, it's a cesspool. Yeah, anytime you're going to have large gatherings. Yeah, but I think he's a little upset that if it goes that quickly, it probably was underpriced. I would gather that was his the reason for him being upset. Mark Twain band member children, obviously French issue. It's weird. It shows it's out of stock. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Yeah. So there weren't, I guess the reason I mentioned that was like, there weren't many resellers. At least if they were covert. They weren't, obvious about it and looking up stuff. Hey, Matt, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I definitely get that. I mean, you made a nice return, right? Of course, it could have been better was the thing that would probably make me lose sleep. But hey, you made a lot of money. Lusting. Hey, now. Enjoy your lust, Matty boy. Yeah, really good stuff. I mean, if anybody has any questions, me, Popeye, Jim Lloyd, who's in the chat, he attended. I didn't go the second day. Again, we've talked about my dad, and my wife was with him the whole day Friday when we went, a good part of the day, and he wasn't doing that great, so I didn't want to go back. I wanted to, of course, but I didn't want to leave her all alone with him again another day, so I blew off Saturday, unfortunately. Again, very happy with what I picked up. And there was plenty to go around. The table that we sat at for the majority of the day, at least I sat at the majority of the day, was amazing. Really was. So much good stuff. Lursting. No problem. Hey. Those fingers will get you in trouble. Oh, I got you. All right. It's all expert eyes. Yeah. I saw that, and again at a table we were sitting in. Did you see the guy across? He had like a bag. It was pretty cool. The longer you're there, it was like what, 8-9 hours. I was there Friday, and you start to get the jargon, like they have like the bag, like so like little brown. You get like a little brown, looks like a lunch paper bag, and you can kind of run a tab, if you will, at a certain thing. Like, can you hold these? And what's your name? Audie. Okay. And it builds up over time. If you go back to the thing, you're like, and so it's pretty cool. They'll hold a bag for you if you want to keep looking around at different places. But I saw one of the dealers to the left of the table we were sitting with. when a very popular gentleman, apparently one of the popular dealers, because everybody knew his name, he's like, "Hey, you got that for me?" I won't say his name, but like he was buying or holding something from another dealer. So the bottom line is they all love their postcards, whether you're a dealer or a buyer or browsing. There was no browsing, by the way. I was also very impressed with, like Kelly said, the knowledge. People are knowledgeable and they know what they want. I think I said that on the live thing. It was very apparent that, like, I joked about, the equivalent of like walking into a Macy's and, the sales girl comes over, "Can I help you anything? I'm just looking," that kind of thing. Doesn't happen. It didn't happen, at least that day. It was like, "Yeah, I want, a depot card from, pre 1950 in whatever state," or something like. And then the more impressive thing was when somebody would make these, very specific requests. Every dealer I saw was like, "Yep, let me direct you over here," and there it was. So it was incredible. Very, very well organized. Not a rowdy crowd. Very controlled. Very polite people. Great experience. Yeah, as will I, Jim. As will I. But John's talked for ages about you got to go to a postcard show. And he's right. I mean, if for all of us that dabble in this and enjoy it, I'm definitely I'm in that camp that agrees that totally. You got to go to one. It's really cool. Oh, great. Okay. Hey, Jay Smith, the only thing about not being able to look up comps is willingness to buy anything high priced. And there was certainly some very high priced stuff available for sale. In fact, the gentleman that I had featured on the video who was talking about, I don't know if you guys remember, but the World War I collection he had, they were like very artsy cards. Excuse me, like little pieces of artwork, very impressive. And it was all World War I German stuff. And yeah, they were priced at a premium for sure. Has anybody sold anything on, I hate to bring up the word, hip postcard? My woes with hip continue, but I won't bore everybody with the details. Same nonsense. They fix some, they didn't fix some. It's a mess. I just continue to list away. It's much more important that I get the cards up on eBay. If something happens to sell on hip, great, but I'm certainly not banking on it. And now I only have 9 days left until the subscription runs out. So. Yeah. Now, again, the place we sat for a couple of hours everything was $1. And maybe that's overpriced for some of the cards, but you also got great deals. The photo postcards were really good. A lot of them are. John found a ton of stuff and he was showing me, look at this. It was so cool. So I know I definitely made out. And then for me personally, the tubs, getting those 2 tubs for, what was the math? 65 each, $130 for 1,700 or 1,600 cards. Right there, I was in the money. I didn't care. So I didn't mind spending $1 on 40, $40 on 40 real photos. Ooh, what are those? Don't even know what those are, Steven. They sound cool though. Yeah, I noticed that. I was trying to go into my storefront a little while ago and it wouldn't let me. It kept taking me like to the basic listing. So that's not good. Oh, wow. Really? Yes, exactly. I couldn't get into the sellers area. Same with me. All right. Broken hip. Yeah. That's brokenhip.com. Yeah. I think we all need a hip replacement. I hate to rag on them again. I want them to succeed. I want it to be good. Cool. Very good. Yeah. And I'm happy to report that the ones I've listed, I think I've sold 3 already from this brand new, from just yesterday that I started listing. So they're moving. Nothing huge money or anything, but what's the expression? Bread and butter. I think Mark said, right? Mark goes for his $4 $4 and $5 cards, right? All day times 1,600. And there's plenty of them that are going to be $10 cards or more. I know that. Kelly, why don't you write? Kelly had a really interesting theory about a percentage breakdown that he applies to virtually any lot he picks up. If it's 1,000, if it's 10,000, you just multiply it. But a handful, and he has like a percentage, like 30% will be complete junk. 40%, I'm making the numbers up. 40% will be bread and butter. 10% will be, premium. And that's just how it is, basically, whenever you get lots. My hope is that a place like this where they were kind of You know, the cards were all really good in this guy's shop, so I don't think I got junk in the tubs. I'm sure they're not all premium cards, but I'd be willing to bet that the vast majority of them will definitely fall into at least that $4 or $5 range. I hope. They're all linens. Most of them are linens and white water. How many trays of just Disney cards? Every table you went to, almost every table, they would have a Disney section in the boxes. Almost all of them, not every one of them, but a handful. I know several that we walked around had a Disney section. If not, we would just ask. Kelly was saying when I was walking around that first hour I got there, like, don't be afraid to talk to people. I'm not afraid to talk to people. We were talking for hours with everybody. And yeah, that's the only way. They're also very, the people that we met anyway, everybody wanted to talk, almost to a fault, but the people were proud of what they collect. It's a collector's group. They all have the same passion. So yeah, everybody was more than willing to talk with you. And it was very, very friendly, really inviting is a good word that I think applies. You sold the train postcard for $3 on hip. They haven't responded to the missing items. It wasn't 3 months. Yeah, I have 9 days left. I'm 99%. Unless the next 9 days just explode, which I don't see happening. I mean, the website might explode. Yeah. Well, that's only 3 days. Well, for you, that's a big deal because you have thousands. Holy cow, really? Yeah, there was lots of treasures in there, right, John? I mean, that's what you were telling me. Hey, Allie, how you doing? Welcome. Oh, okay, camera pictures, cool. And for those who saw the live remote thing, you saw that there were a handful of other items that weren't postcards. There was some stereo views. Well, like I said, I don't know if that counts as a postcard. There were magazines, which made me laugh. As soon as I walked in, actually, there was some other stuff. There was buttons. There was some other collectibles, but obviously the focus was the postcard thing. That's kind of funny, Dawn. It varies, not rocket science. Do you mean the percentage thing? You had said something like, generally speaking, a certain portion is going to be this and that. There you go. Yeah, I know you love so you would have loved that, Mark. They had, how many bins would you say, John? Like 4 or 5 at this one table anyway. The big baskets, the tubs. They had like 4 or 5 all chrome at that same thing, right next to the 2 that I picked up that were linens. $50 is what he had priced on them. Same thing, 700-800 cards. I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says "You can't go wrong" because I find myself saying that constantly. I don't know if it's just appeasing my purchases and saying, how could you go wrong? But my total haul, quote unquote, wound up costing 13 cents a card is what even buying all those dollar cards because I got such a great deal on the 2 tubs. When you factor it all out, I was at 13 cents a card. So I'm, all day. How can you not make money? Right? You know how you cannot make money? You leave them on the floor and don't list them. That's how you cannot make money. But provided I list them, and I already, I'm already doing it big time. I think I got all the RPPCs up already. I got like another 50 or 60 that I did today. So I'm listing them. Hey, Cameron, how you doing? Neighbors across the world, sure. Yes, we have a worldwide audience, that's for sure. At least we have the capability for the world to watch us. Now, whether these people choose to watch us is an entirely different matter. I know on several other shows, a lot of I'm always surprised by the amount of Australian viewers on a lot of these web shows. I've seen in various chats, a lot of people from Australia. We're down to 3, everybody, 997. Let me tell you, if this happens on the show tonight, yes, the champagne will be popped, but we're not doing the official show until we get over that. I'll have a whole official show with giveaways and fun and all that stuff that I've been promising for 7 months. It looks like a dark metallic. Okay. Believe it or not, I think I know what you're talking about. I didn't know it was called a ferrotype, but I'm almost positive I know exactly what you're talking about. And when you look through the loop, you could see the metallic, right? Beautiful gem. Oh, man, I hope he wasn't because it would have been nice for him to say hi. No, he couldn't make it. Sorry about that. Yeah, it'd be great to meet you. Maybe next year, man. I bet you we have a big crowd next year, like from this group. Maybe Kelly will save up. There you go. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. 50% junk, huh? Yep. And when you buy sight unseen like this, I'm not going to thumb through 1,700 cards just, for a relatively cheap purchase. But now that I have them in the house and I went through and I did start sorting some by state and all, they look like just like the other cards I have, linens of towns and street scenes and buildings and hospitals and kind of the same stuff. Oh, John, I sold a Wikiwachi card today. We were talking about, if everybody remembers Wikiwachi, apparently it's still open. I went there in like 79 or something once with my grandparents because they lived in Tampa and it wasn't far from Tampa. It's like, if Lori comes in tonight, it's all like about mermaids. They have like these live action mermaids and Wikiwachi and dolphins and stuff. It's a sea-based kind of a little quasi theme park that predates Disney by many years. But I sold I sold one so far. I bought 3 Wikiwachi. It's pronounced Wikiwachi, actually. Yeah, 50 for the whole tub. And the same thing, it was like 800 cards is what they told us. The guy at that table was down from Buffalo, and they had just got clobbered with the 70 inches of snow, whatever they got. Oh, really? No, I only got 2, Jim. I only got 2. I should have bought them all. I really should have. It's so funny when you see the live feed thing I did, which was like 10 in the morning. It was an hour after I got there. I walked by that place not realizing what it was like 3 times. And then again, we went and sat down at that table right in front of them. And I don't know, I was sitting there for like an hour and we're hanging out. We're looking at all the dollar cards. And I looked over again. I'm like, I'm going to just go buy a couple of these right now. And I did. And I just took them right out to the car and I came back in. I said, all right, good. I guaranteed I got 1,600 cards now at a great price. Everything else is kind of gravy. That's the way I looked at it. And then I could just focus on, because I was anxious. I'm like, watch, somebody's going to walk in and take all these and I'm going to be kicking myself. Yeah, I only got 2 of them, Jim. I guess somebody else took them. Also met some other, at least 2 other eBay. One pretty big eBay guy. It was kind of cool. Met him, talked with him for a while. Just great crowd. Really cool crowd. A lot sale of Pennsylvania postcards on eBay. Cool. Yeah, please hit the like button, please, folks. I'd appreciate it. And thanks for coming in tonight. Huh? Huh, Cameron? Yeah, he mentions it a few times. So I got 3 of them. There were only 3 in there, and they were chromes, 60s. Yeah, that's true. It was so, Kelly, just to give everybody a little taste of what was going on. That was, I brought a GoPro, which is where I got like the footage for that. I was planning on just taking footage like in the car and going there, which wound up being in the video yesterday, and then walking around. But then the live feed thing was obviously from my phone. And I was just walking around, and it is impossible to see like the chat in this little tiny thing while I'm filming. It was impossible. So I saw people were writing. Plus, I'm blind now, unfortunately. Anything that's like close up, so I couldn't read everybody's chats. I watched the replay, and I saw you saying you should get them all and all that. And then Mark was saying, ask him for 2 for $100 or something. And so I saw all the conversation afterwards. But it's really difficult to see that when you're walking around in a crowded place. It was virtually impossible. Yeah, bring a bus. I had my Jeep with me. Exactly. Yeah, consistent. Yep. Which is exactly what you told me, and it sold in a day. So there you go. There was another one that sold 35 minutes after I listed it that was brand new. Let me find that one. I want to show everybody, or at least just tell you about it. I was so psyched. 35 minutes after I listed it. A brand new one from the postcard show. I was like, I'm in the money already. Where the heck is it? Yeah, Wikiwachi sold today $6. Oh, I sold a Disneyland card yesterday. $11.99 for It's a Small World. That wasn't a new one though. That's one I had up. It's a Small World, the India scene, sold for $12. But what was the one that there was one that I sold immediately, which I was really pumped about. Right here, RPPC from a cave in Kentucky, $12. Let's see if we can do some screen sharing. Thing about the show is a bit overwhelming sometimes. Oh yeah, overwhelming is a good word. I wasn't intimidated or anything, but it was overwhelming. And Popeye came to my rescue because he saw me wandering around. I think I was doing some video and stuff, but I was wandering. I just kept walking in circles. I'm like, where do I sit? Where do I sit? And he kind of reeled me in. He's like, let's hang out. And he brought me over to this place. And we had from then on, it was really good. And that's when I started buying stuff. Let me show you guys this one. This was the one that sold like in 30 minutes after I listed it. $12. That was a dollar card. Some cave, French curtains and Collins Crystal Onyx Cave near Louisville, Kentucky. So that's pretty cool. That sold half an hour after I listed it. And then what was the other one I wanted to show you? The Disney card, because I know we have a lot of Disney fans. Oh, Popeye calling him out. Yeah, Rose City Antiques. Yep, we met him. And he's doing well. From at least he told us he was doing well. So there must be something to that business model, eh? Yeah, Niagara Falls. Cool. Yeah, good stuff, Mark. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, 100,000 listings. And he has several listings. Yep, that's what he said. Oh, we don't like Rose City? Okay. I didn't know. Well, we talked with him for a while. Hey, Lee. There you go. Thank you very much, Lee. I appreciate that. Welcome aboard. Great to have you. Let me just show you the Disney card really quick in case anybody happens upon this. Disneyland. A lot of Christmas postcards. Cool. Well, it is the season, so you would think. Definitely makes sense. I did just want to show you the Disney card really quick. $12 for that. Any minute now. There we go. And this one did have the stamp box with the number on it. So I looked it up before I listed it. And it sold for $12. There we go. That's that one that sold today. If anybody sees this, it's a Small World classic scene, obviously, and that just happens to be India. But there's the goodness right there. I think Mark has a video all about this, how to look that stuff up on a website. Let's go check out Mark and find out how, if you don't know. But yeah, $12 on that one. Little chrome card. Who says chromes don't sell for more than $2, right? Those 250 chrome tubs were still there when you were leaving around. Oh, really? You didn't pick them up, Ken? How'd you do, by the way? Did you get some good stuff? Christmas postcards. You just sold a roached train depot? $5. Went down. Look at the dollar cards. I don't know about that. There was so many. It was overwhelming, wasn't it, John? John actually said this is like, it's overwhelming because there was just so many. They were all really good. And we must have said 1,000 times, for $1, how can you go wrong? For $1, everything was, we kept saying that, but it was true. It's like, you got to be kidding me. For $1, how do you not get it? It would be rude not to buy them. Early bird gets the worm, they say, right? Should have bought it when you saw it. There you go. Yep. Yeah, Mark's a big proponent of just buy them, buy them, buy them, just get them, just buy them. I see that. I used an expression earlier with Dawn on Instagram, and I think it was a good one. I'm in the accumulating phase of postcard collecting, not collecting, of postcard reselling. I'm accumulating. I'm trying to accumulate. So for me, tubs, things of that nature are great. I just want to build up. I have almost 4,000 cards already, everybody, and it's pretty cool, right? From nothing in September. So I'm in the accumulation phase. So show me the tubs, give me all these basic stuff, bread and butter, however you want to phrase it. And then you get to the level like with a John, with a Connie, with a Mark. If he wanted to, he could not cherry pick, but he could be any one of those guys that have lots and lots of volume. When you get to and Kelly, when you get to a certain point, you can start just choosing what you want. You look for some premium stuff. I'm not at that point. Of course, if I happen upon something, it'd probably be an accident at my level. But if I did, of course, I'd buy it. But you know what I mean? I'm trying to accumulate and just grow volume and get, the first 5,000, the first 10,000, whatever it is, and just keep, because then, they really do sell. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That's what I'm so excited about. These things sell. And so many days when I list, I would say even if I list only 50, which isn't that many for postcards, folks, it's really quick. If I get even 50 done a day, I'm going to sell one pretty much, at least one. If I sell 100, I'll sell two. If I list 100, excuse me. Almost every time I've done that, I've had an intraday sale. Just got to love that. So yeah, I'm in an accumulation stage. Popeye is theoretically in the get rid of everything stage, at least on Whatnot. Yeah, exactly. That's very true. Don't wait, right? Oh, man. See? Cool. We didn't even see. Oh, yeah, there was one little section of 20. Did you see a lot of 25-cent boxes, Ken? I saw one like on that far wall when you first come in on the right. The cheapest I saw, if there was some 50-cent boxes, but I think most people had $1. There were $5 boxes, which again, I think is pretty sure that's in the video. I'm sure they had great stuff, but we found, John and I definitely, John without question, but me, I found a lot of really good stuff. Sent it, Dawn. Are you cool with that? It's a quick short video of a sale you had. To share it? Yeah, of course, man. Absolutely. Dawn already said, please. She's got a wrench, for now. Yeah, man, I'm always fine with that. I appreciate you asking. And then you do something like that. You know what I mean? No, but I don't mind. Did we say hi to CJ? Hi, CJ. If I didn't say hi to you, I apologize. I think you wrote really early on, and I may have forgotten to acknowledge you, which is unacceptable. My apologies, CJ. Oh, yeah. You're still sitting at like several thousand that didn't go over, Kelly? Apparently, they never will at this point. I mean, it's a lost cause, I think. You're still a bottom feeder at the $1. I almost too scared to buy the $100. Yeah. No, you were in the zone. On many an occasion, in the zone. Definitely in your element. Yes, CJ. He's always here. No, CJ, I apologize. I don't remember if I said hi to you earlier on. Yeah, CJ controls many things behind the scenes. Chicago Stamp Show. Oh, cool. Yeah, video of that, right? I'm sure, Mark. You tried this. This is the bookkeeping thing again. That's cool. I didn't see that many Halloween cards, believe it or not, at this thing. I don't think that everybody likes them so much. I guess it's a supply-demand issue, right? Supply is thin. Back center against the wall. Yeah, I saw 25 cents. Oh, all the way in the sort of in the straight ahead. You said back center, really? I saw something on the like the wall on the right when you first come in. Some junk, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Nice. Talking about my seller Genie not hit, but your integration issues. Oh, I'm sorry. Integration issues where they aren't pulling all active and sales that over. Yeah, still the same scenario where they haven't pulled everything over. Attaboy, CJ. I know Kelly got his A3 scanner recently. Connie has no problem paying up for photos. I'll pick them up all day long. No questions for under $2. Oh, yeah. And the ones that I got, Connie, they were all $1. So, exactly. And Popeye was, I mean, he said, I don't care what they are, basically. Just get them for $1. Just get them. So, I mean, I sold the one for $12. That's pretty cool, right? For $1. 30 minutes after listing. So, it's good stuff. But I like the philosophy. Left then back wall. Okay. There was a table where the bidders all over the table. She had a huge binder of awesome Halloween. Oh, the binders. See, I didn't look in those binders. I saw a bunch of people. Yeah, there was people looking at binders. I didn't realize there were Halloween cards in that. Oh, cool. Okay. Everybody check that out. Since Dawn runs things, she'll put a link. Holy cow, I caught up with the chat. Until Dawn wrote again. Yeah, guys, anybody else want to chime in on the Postcard Expo? I keep saying show. It actually was billed as the Expo. So I tried to correct myself when I put the title in the eBay video. Show, Expo, convention. Any way you slice it, it was good stuff. Never seen so many postcards in my life. Hey, Karen, welcome. Sorry, I was checking out something on another page here to show my wife. I'm multitasking. Yeah, exactly. No, she's a there's a silly business term for that stuff. A marketing partner, something like that. No, Dawn's the best. We jest. Yeah, I certainly didn't pay a fortune. 13 cents a card, man. I'm happy. But yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to meet you. We'd hang out. We'd have a lot of fun. It's a really good place. I will say, here's my one negative. Don't get the soup. They have like a little cafe, at least in the building we were in, tiny little cafe thing. And it was nice. It was like really, I mean, like 90-year-old ladies, couple ladies behind the thing, sweet as pie, you know. They had hot dogs, basic stuff, which would have been fine. But me, it was a chilly day. It wound up snowing that night, first snow I've seen this year. But I was hungry. It was like I hadn't eaten anything foolishly. That's why at the end of the video I said, you know, things for next time, like make sure you're hydrated. Definitely drink some water, bring some snacks, some power bars, some like a thing of peanuts, whatever you got to do. But anyway, I went to this little cafe and I ordered the chicken soup, which I was assured was homemade. $4. I'm like, oh, beautiful. The cup was, I wish I had something to show you. That's about right. It was like 3 tablespoons of soup for $4. Piping hot, really good. Very small. So next time, either bring something with me or eat a hearty breakfast, which I did not do prior to taking the ride and all. Hey, Karen. More Life magazines from the 30s. I want to tell you one thing about the Life magazines from the 30s. The only thing that's bad, quote unquote, about them, they only started in 1936, so there's only a couple of years. You'll probably notice this as you go through them. They're very, very thin because it's a brand new magazine at the time, and there's not a lot of advertising in there. So that's the only knock on the late 30s Lifes, is that there's not that much advertising. Now, come World War II, it starts exploding. The popularity of the magazine becomes huge, and of course, there's a corresponding increase in advertising. So you get where you could get 50 ads easily out of a World War II period Life magazine. If you have like a 1936, 37, plus you're in the middle of the Depression, there's just not a lot of advertising in it. But you can still make some, a lot of money, a lot more than you pay for the magazine. Anyway. Yes, there you go. Uh-oh. Hey, attaboy. Your guy Dave, yes. $35 boxes. Actually, Mark, I need 2 more subscribers. But I want them to all be authentic, not like, hey, call a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a breaking news story. At 7:46 p.m. on 11/21. Now, I'm not going to celebrate yet because it could go down, but I just hit 1,000, everybody. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart to all of you. Thank you. You like me. Anybody remember dating myself? Anybody remember the famous Sally Field speech at the Oscars? You like me, you like me. Thank you very much, everybody. Now let's hope it stays over that because it could go down to $9.99 tomorrow, but hopefully get an email from the Google relatively soon. Thanks, everybody. Wow. I'm really, really excited. 35 cents, says John, a month. Yeah, I know that was out of control. Kelly, if you saw, there was no options. There was I don't eat hot dogs. That's, disgraceful. Hot dog soup. What else did they have? Like candy bars. Like it was 2 90-year-olds behind a little desk, a room that comfortably fit 4 people. They had coffee for like $5. That was, again, a shot glass. So desperate times cause for desperate measures. You're buying freeze? Oh, really? Yeah, you probably would have had a field day, Connie, but you would have walked out with some primo stuff. Yeah, big time. A portable. There you go. Yeah. You just hide especially in the cold weather, right? You got the jacket. Nobody's going to see the bag just dangling there off the side of your hip. Jay Smith, ask a dealer. Anybody know any dealers in here? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sure the tubs that I picked up were all pretty common cards, But I'm okay with that. Again, I'm in accumulation phase. Give me $5 to $10 cards all day. On that scale for me is beautiful. Times 1,600. Here we go. Here's the official move. You go to Dunkin'. See, I brought a big old. I made some homemade. I drink some serious strong coffee, so I had a big old, like 2-liter bottle of coffee for the drive. So that wasn't an issue. Coffee was definitely there. But yeah, I definitely should have had some sort of protein. I'm still doing the no carb thing, but I could have had like a hard boiled egg or 2. Foolish, without question, foolish. And then we went out to eat after the thing was done. Everybody was really tired, and we went to a diner, and I had fish and chips, but I didn't get chips. I got onion rings. So granted, yeah, there's a little bit of carb in that, but that was a celebratory. I hadn't eaten all day, except for that spoonful of soup. Wow, it looks nice seeing the 1,000. Let me see if there's a little gas gear. Oh, it says apply now. I could do it, everybody. It says apply now. As the heart just skips a beat here. All right, I'll do that after the show. But thanks again to all of you for making this happen. I'm very excited. I'm proud and honored. We'll do so. Maybe we'll book a show for Friday. Maybe Friday will be the big. Friday's I was gonna say Good Friday. What is Friday called? Black Friday. Man, should we wait till next Monday? You tell me. When would you like to get together for a big party? Your friend brought you a half dozen Saturday Evening Post magazines from the 50s. Oh, without question, man. That's a great magazine to get stuff from. I'm glad you're not giving up on it, because I know you had mentioned, Cameron, that you're like, I'm going to get, you were on one of your listing, or I don't know if it was a listing show. No, you do like a packing up show or something, but you were like talking out loud. You're like, I'm going to give up these stupid ads. I don't feel like doing all the work. But then you saw some of the What Sold videos, and that's inspiring, isn't it? Less than 15, most of no smartphone, how to list on eBay. That's very true too. There was a very much not an anti-eBay. I was gonna say there was an anti-eBay sentiment. It wasn't an anti-eBay. It was more the philosophy. Like everybody there, the postcard people, they like the one-on-one relationship. Like the guy talked to, you get to hold the card and smell the card and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot to that. So they fancy themselves, dealers, and they've been doing this long before there ever was an internet. And there seems to be this like, what's the word, John? It's not resentment. There's like this looking down upon the online thing, like it's a fad almost, or like it's not the real deal. To really get the experience, you need to be at a show, or you need to be in a postcard club and all that. And I'll tell you, there's a lot to be said for that. If I had some gigantic stash of postcards, maybe I would go to these things and be a dealer myself. I don't know. But you have to be really, really into them passionately, I think. But yeah, there was a lot of that. Like John said, most of the people probably literally didn't even know how to go online. But then again, there was a couple of older people we were talking to, and John was talking about Whatnot to some of them, and they're like, what's not? And none of them seemed like, screw it, I'm not going to do Whatnot. They were all intrigued. So. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm this far behind. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no way. Well, I did get mine on Facebook Marketplace. The legend has it, and it's true, was the Pittsburgh trip. Drove out to Pittsburgh, got, what was the math on 650? I keep forgetting, but it's in one of my videos. 650 magazines for like $300 or something, or $200. But we had to drive 6 hours to get it and 6 hours to come home. But it was, time and money very well spent. You just got to look. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, 1,001 would be better, because I don't want it to go below. But I got the button that says it's achieved, so I guess it says apply now, which again I'll do tonight. Thank you, Allie. There you go. Yeah, right below. Thanks so much, Connie. Thanks, Peddling Profits. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Hey, Treasure Finders, Tennessee. Oh, go for it. Go for it. Thank you. Thank you, Papa. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry if I... Thank you, Steven. Thank you so much, Tracy. Tracy, I'd love to have you on the celebratory show if you have any free time sometime. We got to figure out a day. Maybe we should just wait till Monday, because Friday is Black Friday and Thanksgiving, and maybe we'll shoot for next Monday, right? What's the date? 28th? Pencil it in, everybody. We'll do a happy 1,000 subscriber show. Very funny, Dawn. Very funny. Thank you, Lori. Hey, Lori, welcome. Thank you. Well, my coffee? No, I drink, what is our coffee called, honey? It's espresso. It's like Cuban. It's like a yellow brick. You ever say the yellow brick? Not yellow brick road. Yellow bricks. I can't think what it's called. It's a Cuban coffee, but look at this. I'm losing my voice. I'm so excited. Doesn't it, Joe? It's just a solid number. It's a psychological. Now that's it. You'll never hear me. I promise. I promise, and it's on video. You're not going to hear me saying, "Oh, I just need so." I'm not like that. I just wanted to get the first one, and now I'm good. Now whatever happens, happens. No, I'm good. Oh! No, certainly not. Certainly not, Kelly. Dawn with every possible little face icon thing. Yeah, Mark is obviously a compulsive buyer. You're trying to get the boot on? Nah, we're reliving the magic that has been this show for the first 1,000 subscribers and all the great moments. Oh, Matt watched Mark's video. Cool. Next Monday, you like? Funny. Did you really? 1,002, everybody. All right, that's it. No more talking about my subs. But thank you, really, sincerely. Thank you, everybody. Monday's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just think it works better than Friday. People are going to be hanging out, probably doing things this week, obviously, this weekend. So yeah, let's save it for Monday. You just sold the Rudolph G print. There you go. Good things happen, right, Lori? Thank you, Dawn and Tracy. That's awesome, Lori. Congratulations. Yeah, good, man. What, the dealers? I don't know if they're anti-technology. I think they're just it's so engrossed in them to do what they've been doing forever. You know, that's their forum. That's what they do. They sell at conventions, or they have a booth in an antique mall, whatever they do, or their own store. I don't know if there's a reluctancy. I think a lot of them believe the same thing that guy said in my video, that I didn't show his face because he had asked not to. You could tell he was probably 90 years old. He was very, very nice though. He's like, that you can't do this unless you're physically holding these things, and that's how he grew up, and that's what he believes. So, to each their own. I'm sure there's advantages both way. You also get the experience of seeing. Obviously, we know this online. You could see millions of cards any time of day, and where they have to wait to go to a convention or whatever. So, whatever. Oh, is that right? They're probably all bitter. Hey now, what is this? Yeah, that's right. On a daily basis too, right, Matt? Yeah, I don't think we talked about stamina together on Friday, didn't we, John? And I don't think any of the people not any of them, a good majority of the people we talk with, yeah, probably wouldn't even have the physical stamina to do a show. You'd hear a lot of like, is this working? Hello? Yeah, which I think the old guy said, that the scan doesn't catch if there's an imperfection or something, which is ludicrous. In fact, it probably highlights them much more than my eyes could see in person. Yep. Let's not rip on all these fine folks. They're the ones buying all your stupid cards, folks. Think about most of them. Those are the people that are going on to eBay and buying your stuff. Review. Did you guys see the first? If you watch the beginning of my video, not the walk around thing, as soon as I walked in, one guy had a huge banner. It's like one of those portable banners, and it was basically all railroad depot stuff, all train stuff. Man, that was a jumping little booth or table, whatever you call it. I never actually sat down and looked at the stuff, and I really do enjoy the trains. Like, I enjoy the train ads, and just think they're cool. Very Americana to me. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. On the calendar for Monday? Yeah, we'll put something out. Monday. Okay, cool, Tracy. There you go. Yeah, they'll do a little salute before the show. That's how we'll kick it off, actually. I don't want to steal from our boys, $1 Million Peddlers. They do a little toast for every show, but maybe we'll put on the tucks and tails. You know what I mean? Putting on the Ritz. Creatures of habit are many people, Kelly. I'm sure that's possible. Yeah, especially if they're not cleaned. Yeah, you learn. Yeah, what is Tracy's like? She's just peeking in as she sees fit. You know, it's quality over quantity with Tracy. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Your nickels are coming your way. CJ, I think CJ's got a solid nickel coming to him as well. Oh, really? Cool, Lee. Thank you. Yeah, the good guys. They were on my show a while ago, early on in our venture, like in the springtime, way back. And I talk with Paperboy a lot, like just off, hanging out, talking and stuff. They're good guys, both of them. Oh, cool. Whoa. Who wants to come up with the little acronym for that one? Thank you, sweet Connie. How you doing? She has a brain. Welcome. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Didn't expect it tonight. That's really cool. But he bought a scanner. Good. And you knew a lot of those guys, John, huh? Is it just from previous shows? Or like, how did you know? I didn't even ask you that. Like, you just know the people from making the rounds for years? Or do they know you from eBay? And returned it. A second, Connie. Yeah, they're allowed. Yes, Jim. Very good. Cafe Bustelo. Yep, that's what I drink. Exactly. Trying to catch up, everybody. Oh, and I got Facebook stuff getting sent to me. Check out the dates and prices. Got Facebook stuff coming at me. Yes, you had a great informative, and you gave me the heads up too that I'd inadvertently cropped a couple of cards. I made amends and fixed that. That's a great video, everybody. Perish the thought, if anybody hasn't seen that video, it's only a month or so ago, John. He did a really nice video on how to use, he did with his duplex scanner, but I'm sure the settings are sort of similar no matter what you use. But it was really a good idea how to always have like a little bit of a border around so that you get every corner crisp and clean, straight as an arrow. When the guys was saying you. Whose members area is back up? I'm sorry, I'm falling behind here. Yeah, I figured that, Mark. Poor guy. No, he was really nice. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Jay Smith. It was packed. The day I went, Friday it was crowded and it was crowded the whole time. I got there right at like 9:05, and we were there until what time did we leave? It closed at 6. I think we left just before 6, and it was crowded the whole time. Oh wow, that's cool. They didn't want it stolen. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, there's probably something to it. That's what the older guy was saying, that he didn't specify a scan or anything. He just said if you see online, it hides certain imperfections. Hey, Kristen, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Where are you reporting in from this evening? It's always a different state with Kristen. Great to see you, though. You bought postcards at the Sam Show. Of course you did. That's cool. Yeah, Source Sting. Okay, that's good, Don. I knew you were going to come up with something witty. Yeah. But they were really nice people. They were so friendly, and everybody was like, anything I can help you with? I mean, it was nice, actually. The level of service, if you will, when you're walking by people. Of course, they're just trying to get you to buy this stuff, but very friendly, very nice. absolutely willing to talk your ear off about a topic or anything that they're into or they specialize in, which I thought was kind of cool. Some from eBay, some from YouTube, some past shows. Okay, cool. So you just, yeah, no problem. It was really, you seem to know everybody, which was kind of cool. Is it? Cool. Thank you very much for that update. I'm sure I still have most of my listings screwed up. No, I shouldn't say that. They did fix a lot of them, but the same problem exists when I go in to put new listings up. If it's New Jersey, it keeps going out to the UK. And also, again, I didn't want to even talk about this tonight because I don't know how many people use it, but they haven't responded to me again in like a week after that initial, I read it to everybody on last show, right? I think it was last Monday. That was it. Again, no emails, nothing else. Like, hey, what do I do going forward with new listings? Nothing. So whatever. You probably know half of them. That's cool. Saturday is Friday, you mean, right? We went Friday. Oh, cool. North of St. Louis. Welcome home. Oh, there's no place like home. Oh, yeah, of course. Absolutely. Oh, boy. Really happy. Really excited. So that's going to be me for the next, definitely this week. The plan is to just I should easily be able to do this. I want to get all the cards I picked up listed. End of story. No hemming and hawing, as they say in St. Louis. Just get them up. 1,700, get them up. What is that? 6 days? I have to do like 200 a day. No more than that. 300 a day. Maybe not a week, but I'll get them up. Yeah, exact. Very perfect expression. Like-minded people. That was definitely what you felt being in that place. It was all very much so. Like-minded people. Everybody, passionate about postcards and talking postcards and talking about previous hauls and remember that year when I picked up that card, and it's a fun group that they love the postcards. List. Are you asking me, Mark? Excuse me, Kelly. Mine was 220. I put it in the video if you haven't seen it. I did a video yesterday. 220 on 1,700 cards. So it ended up being 13 cents a card. I really should have. Every time I say I'm not going to say it again, but I should have. I should have bought all 6 of those stupid those tubs. That would have been what, 4,800 cards. Ugh. You want a milk carton? Will you really? Oh, really? That's cool. Oh yeah, it was out $4. You're right. So 224 was dropped in York, Pennsylvania. Soup. It was one of those things. If you were there that day, and it was that chill, and I got the soup right after I brought my 2 tubs out to the Jeep, and the wind was howling. The wind chill was like 25 degrees. Again, it wound up snowing that night. It was freezing, and I came back in. And I just got that chill, and it was, I forgot what time it was, like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'm like, man, I haven't had anything to eat. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning too that day. So I was already up for like 8-9 hours. Drove for 2 almost, and I was like, so I walked in that place, head hung low. I'm like, what am I going to get in this place? And the smell, you could smell the soup smelled great. It was homemade chicken soup. I just wish they were a little more liberal with the portion size. That's all. The soup itself was delicious, and it really hit the spot for the chill. Oh yeah, man, I agree. No, it's okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 220, which really was nothing, to get all those cards because I got the tubs. So I guess it worked out to about 100 non-tub cards, 40 of which were RPPCs, and 60 of which were just in that dollar box thing that we were honed in on. Many dollar boxes. There you go. Cool. You're right. It's 700 for 700 cards, but you end up spending another 2,000 on what Dave has left. Oh, cool. If anybody goes to estate sales with any frequency, you'll know that like usually it's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not always, but if you go on Sunday, it's slim pickings, but they usually like giving stuff away. Sometimes literally giving stuff away. I want to ask you, John, does that same thing kind of happen at the postcard show? Not that they're going to give stuff away, but like, can you make little deals like when the doors close up? You know, hey Dave, hold 1,000 for me and I'll pick them up, or you can mail them to me. Like, do things like that go on? Like, if guys wanted to, like those tubs, I probably could have gotten for $10 if they were still there on Sunday. Saturday. I keep saying Saturday. It was Saturday. Was the last day. Right. Exactly. Yep. Without question, you get your money back right away. Well, I sold the one, $12 right away, and then the other one was $6. So I got 18 so far. Yeah, 220 should not be hard to make up, but they got to get up. They just got to be listed. We know this. I joked earlier in the show about, you know, we kept the catchphrase kept like what we kept saying over and over became a catchphrase was, you know, how could you go wrong? How could you not get these? They're only $1. They're only 12 cents, whatever. How do you not buy them? How can you not make money doing this? And my answer was, you know how you cannot make money? Let them sit on the floor instead of getting them listed. So I listed that night when I got home, and it wasn't that late, but it was fairly late. And I started listing, so I was so excited. I got the RPPCs I wanted to get up quick, and I went into my little worth point and tried to find comps for stuff. I know Connie talks about this. It's I know she's the queen of research, and there's definitely with the RPPCs, it's totally different than with my usual, you know, Linen high school in Kentucky in 1943 that are all $6 or whatever. They're much more original and definitely require more research, but it was fun because it was something so different for me. Yeah, the estate sales, absolutely. I'll take this whole table off your hands. Well, $10, sure. You know, I have picked up, and my wife has picked up. We've gotten records and paper magazines for absolutely free on a Sunday if anything was left. Like they just want to get rid of stuff at that point. Yeah, the shot of soup. It was a shot. Oh, you do? Okay, that's what I was at. Oh, cool. You could do that at the end of a show? Yeah. Oh, okay. You do that at the end of your shows. That's cool. So it pays to wait to stick it to the end, stick it out to the end. Yeah, the estate sales without question. We'll always go back. I mean, we try to get there for the opening, and then but yeah, we'll always go. If it was a decent enough day on the first day, we'll wait and go back on Sunday and just try to pick up the scraps that are left. Because again, for us, for people that like ephemera stuff, a lot of the other items that are, you know, scuffed down at the estate sales aren't ephemera. So you'll often see on the last day, whether it's a Sunday or whatever, the last day, day 3, it's gonna be a lot of paper usually left there that people either didn't see or didn't even care to look for. And they'll give the stuff away. They just want to clear the floor and get, you know, cut the losses and get the stuff out of there. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. I have to copy and paste a message really quickly. Be right back with everybody. Okay, sorry. Message copied and pasted. All is right in the world again. Absolutely. Very true. Oh, yeah. And it goes without saying, cash is king in these places. I did see a handful of tables that would have like a little Visa thing on there on the table, like a little plastic thing. Yes, we accept, MasterCard, Visa, whatever. But I don't know. They might require a certain, because there's transaction fees for having that stuff, and you might have had to like make a minimum purchase or anything. But yeah, it was a cash world in that place for sure. Connie says they're addictive if you have the patience to do some research. Most of the time, it's great keywords. Yep, absolutely. I agree, Connie. I know you're huge into them. Yeah, absolutely. And it's time well spent. I love doing that. The other one is almost like the majority of the stuff that I'm in my accumulation phase, right? So those items, they don't require, at least, Boston Hospital, like these common things that you see all the time. So I'm just going to list for $5 or $6 over and over. Don't require quite as much thought. But yeah, these unique one-off photos are just awesome. And everybody knows about that Facebook group that I mentioned weeks ago at this point, which is great for identifying some of those real photos. So it's a nice resource if you're really stuck. Unknown, yep. Awesome. Oh, I'm sure you'd kick butt at them. Yeah, that's true. You can never have enough, right? I just understand that at a certain point, even if people just chronically collect them and just want to keep buying more, I get that. I totally get that. But I also think that there's a time where you get to a certain point or a certain level as far as volume goes, and you could be more picky. You don't need that tub for $50, even though I know the temptation is going to be there. But you can be more picky and something like what John did and look for like these real treasures out there, rather than just I purposely want to just keep grabbing tub after tub after tub till I get 10,000, 20, whatever the number is. I don't even know there isn't really a finite number here, but till I get a really nice quantity up. Hey, what's up, Tommy? No, not at all. I had a great time, man. I did a live like walk around thing that day. It was great. I had a great time. Not at all. Cool. You always need that tub. Yeah, and even you were eyeing up the tub. Popeye was eyeing up the chrome tub, everybody. I'm not going to say why, but yeah, he was eyeing it up, but he balked at the last minute. But I get it. You always buy that tub. Yeah, I know. When they're giving stuff away, how do you not? I totally get that philosophy. Absolutely, Popeye's buying. Now, when the price is right, it's an insult not to get them. Oh, did you really? What was the anxiety brought about by the mass of people, the age of said people? What was the overwhelming nature of the environment? The only thing, as far as I'll say it again, as far as being overwhelmed, I wasn't really overwhelmed. Like I wasn't stressed in any way. I just didn't know where to start, if that makes any sense. So that's why you'll see in the video, I'm literally doing laps around this building because it was really big. And I was just trying to get some cool footage and take a look. And I couldn't decide where to sit. I think I didn't realize this at the time, but it became apparent after we were there for a couple hours, was, a lot of the places, like the place I bought most of my stuff from, it said everything's $1 on it or whatever, right? But then there was a whole bunch of tables that had no pricing scheme at all. So you had to sit down and every card had a different price. You had to keep looking at the back and looking at the back and looking at the back. And I just, for the ease of my first foray into this whole postcard expo thing, I liked to know what the pricing was beforehand. You know what I mean? Rather than going, oh man, this looks awesome, $20. You know what I mean? So that was the only anxiety really, is I didn't know where to start. Like I didn't know. And then again, Popeye reeled me in. He's like, come on, man, let's go sit here or whatever. And he's like, just start grabbing them. And if you see a real photo, buy it. Like, okay. And that's what I did. Yeah, you're in I know you're always buying, but yeah, your primary goal is still to get rid of it mode. Yes. Selective is a great word. That's the word I was looking for that I did not articulate earlier. Exactly. You can be more selective as you amass a huge stash of cards. You can, if you choose to be collective, you can be selective. Excuse me, you can be. Doesn't mean you will be. Exactly. And when is there ever a freeze? Yeah, exactly. Oh, you have to have it all. I gotcha. So is it a competitive thing? Like you want to beat everybody there, and well, I must have every item that's available. Yeah, some had pricing structures and some didn't. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure there was some really what I said. There was one that said everything was $5. There was a couple of $2 tables. It's almost like being in the casino, right? Dollar slots and $5 blackjack table. But I definitely know for next time. I'm just gonna get right to just gonna sit down, park. You make a quick lap, you see what's going on, you look at some things, and you just sit down and spend an hour and go through. And then get up and go sit somewhere else. Talk with the people. Very pleasant experience. It really was. Excuse me. Thank God for the mute button. Got a big old cough. Anybody else have anything they want to bring up? Dare I say non-postcard related? I don't know if that's an option anymore. But yeah, we'll shoot for next Monday. In fact, it's going to happen. Next Monday, 28th, we'll do the big celebratory show. Everybody's invited. Put on your best duds. We'll have some guests on. We'll do some cool giveaways. We'll just have fun. It's a celebration, and thank you to everybody for finally getting me over that hump. Greatly appreciated, and now I don't have to ever talk about that again, which I think we're all going to be grateful for. Yeah, yeah, Tommy, you didn't hear about the $4 soup. The shot of soup for $4. Chicken soup shots. Exactly, Jeff. Yep. You get a noodle, a half digested piece of thigh meat, and a lot of broth. Just $4. Oh, really? Cool. That's awesome. From a couple? With a dealer, or would you just meet people? On another note, as Kelly would say, has been busy. Sales are great. The E, is that what he calls it? I haven't heard him say that. Good for you, Connie. That's awesome. A weird compulsion is a malfunction my brain has. Obsession, if you will now know into something. Gotcha. Yeah. Obsessive compulsive, is that the term? I thought of you. There was what do you call those little like cartoon things that pop up on Facebook every once in a while? There was something about Dave Matthews Band. There was like a guy like sitting on a chair with like a rag on his shoulders and something, and it said, Ford-off fans at a Dave Matthews show, you'd understand. I'll show you. I'll put it up if I can find it, because I'm not saying it very well, but it was pretty funny. It was a Dave Matthews thing. I thought of Tommy being the fan. I'll never find it now. It was just like one of those things that pop up. Man, I should have saved it so I could show you, Tommy, but it was pretty funny. Oh, okay. Very good. Yeah. What's your ranking now? Where did we leave off? 8? Was it 8, 6? Something like that. Dealer's right side back corner. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, back left corner. Then I don't know what you're talking. I don't remember. Right corner is where you said to go hang out. The back right. Holy cow. Congratulations, Connie. That's fantastic. It is fantastic. Congratulations. Kind of puts perspective on my excitement about selling my $12 photo. Thanks a lot. No, I'm just kidding. That's fantastic. Yeah, I get that. Yep, I know what you're talking about. There's got to be a term for it. Yep. Well, then, in all seriousness, that might be a really overwhelming environment for somebody like you, right? Yeah, but there's just literally millions of things to be had. Yeah, that's fantastic. Great job, Connie. Oh, did you really? Yeah, there's half the day for you, right? More than half. That's outrageously great. You know, when people get to 100 years old or something, you'll see on TV or whatever, they always have like a question or something if they're on a game show, not a game show, like a talk show, and they'll say like, "What's your secret?" So I was going to ask, "What's your secret?" I was actually just going to say, "So Connie, what's your secret?" And she answered it for me. I list nonstop and lots of research. There you go. I try to list as much as I can too. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. That's not funny at all. I guess in some ways it's an advantage that it makes you hungry for certain things, but yeah, you're never satiated, you're never satisfied, right? You can't. And is it the fear of missing out sort of a thing too that everybody talks about? Yeah, that is tough to deal with, very much so. 17, 21, 15 to 17. And you know what you tell those people that are 16 ahead of you? I had an $1,100 day. How'd you do? That's fantastic. Very up and down. Yeah, well, you think of something to, I was going to ask, that was something I wanted to bring up in the beginning of the show that I never did because we were talking about the postcard show right away. Anybody who's been doing eBay or reselling for like a decade or more, raise your hands. No. How do you guys, for Thanksgiving week, what do you think in general about Thanksgiving week, which is what we've just started today? I think it's a slow week, a good week. I mean, I'm expecting from Friday on to be, pedal to the metal kind of thing. But I wonder what everybody thinks about sales in general this week. The weather problems could be good and bad. It's bad if they have no power, they can't go on eBay, but it's good if they're stuck at home. They can do nothing but go on eBay. Oh, so you have the in order thing. Yeah, then these kind of places, if anybody has that sort of a mindset or whatever, that could be paralyzing for certain people, I'm sure. Ride the wave, right? What goes up must come down, but so what? That's what life is. It's cycles. Yeah, no, it's got to be tough to struggle with shit like that, though. 23 to 21. Oh, that's another like age-old thing. What to do with that to change your time away? Change your handling time. I usually change my handling time. Like if we do the Disney trips, especially if they're quick ones, so that you can still get stuff in. We could throw that out to the group. Everybody has different philosophies, probably. Thanksgiving, you get no sales till that Friday. The weekend following week is usually solid. Yes. Oh, really? That's interesting. A lot of non-postcards. Really? On Thanksgiving itself? Everybody's home. Estate sales will kill you. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it. All right. So there's a necklace for $15. Did that? Yeah.
You may actually have dinner plans now on Thanksgiving. Oh, okay.
There's earrings for $7.99. Another pair of earrings for $8.99.
My wife has a little bit of what Dawn described as far as like it's almost ritualistic, like you have to go in order with certain things, or like you described on like the aisles, like you have to make sure you go down there. When we go to something as stupid as like a Michael's, like a craft store or something like that, she needs to, even if we say we're going in to get, whatever, some sort of cake making thing, but you're in there and let's say the cake aisle is like 1 and 2, but there's still 15 more aisles. She just has this like drive to check out the other aisles just in case. And you can't go to like aisle 7 and backtrack. No. It has to go 6 and 7, like in order. So you're not alone. There's lots of people with that kind of stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, by the way. It's just, that's how people are wired, right? Hey, Purple Stalker, how you doing? Thanksgiving itself was great for you. Very cool. That's a great question. I do not know. They both do the same common reason: handling time, low search strings. Yeah, that's true. He's I always see him in the morning, usually on Matt's shipping shows. He probably, I know he's a huge Whatnot guy, so he's probably on Whatnot in the evenings. That's what Kelly said too. Yeah, everybody's there we go. Junkin, Montana. There you go. Tracy's the opposite. She's like a rabid squirrel in places and have to, as we wait. Oh, thanks, Mark, very much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Have to go. Oh, so you race through? Get me out of here? Wasn't he just in here earlier? Good luck, Nick, if you're out there. Oh, that's another thing my wife has. Not everything, but absolutely. If we go to that I know exactly what you're talking about, Tracy. Like having if it has like a texture to it, she's always like grabbing stuff in the aisle, like towels or paintbrushes, or those kind of places are the hardest for my wife. The craft store kind of thing. The Michael's. I don't know if I guess Michael's is everywhere in the country. But, those craft stores, the Michael's, the Joanne Fabrics kind of places where there's just so much stimuli. She describes it as like there's so much stimuli. Disney is a place, I hate to keep bringing them up constantly, but we both love Disney, but it satisfies us so much because in Disney, it's an extreme version of that kind of stuff where there's just everywhere you look, there's something visually stunning to look at. There's smells of popcorn and food in the place. There's music playing. So it's like a whole atmosphere thing. And she's just enamored by that stuff. Whereas, certain people might be overwhelmed by that. Oh my God, there's too much stimulation. There's just too many things. And what if I miss it or whatever? She thrives on that. She loves having all these different options. If I want to focus on smelling the delicious coffee, that's what I'll focus on. If I want to listen to that song, I'll do that. So it's just so much stimulant, hey baby, so much going on. Background noise, yeah.
So when she responds back, do you want to get her the DS?
Who's that, Steve? Yeah. No problem. Yeah, you just want to get out of places when you're going shopping? In order.
Okay. Well, the pink one is $2.92. These are all removed. There's a lot. So that's it. That's not a DS3.
That's true.
No, it's not.
Never stop buying Popeyes.
I know. It's just
He's
not
launched 100 careers.
the same system.
Yeah, that's what you heard me doing. I gave a look because I was in the middle of, don't remember what I was saying, but I was saying something, and
But
I heard him walk by, but he went back upstairs.
I'll just order them.
Oh yeah, he goes in for the freebies. Posture, $25 a month.
I took the games off.
Yeah, Tommy does great on Posh with the shoes. Oh really? I won my first auction, ironically, on Paperpalooza, the last one in Ben's. I just got it today, a little patch or something. It was pretty cool. It's the first time I ever won something on whatnot. Ah, yeah, you know that's a real thing. Like you set the expectations become a thing. I'm sure all of us, no matter whether it's reselling or like us with Disney or me with my music stuff, there's a whole bunch of channels I love in all those different genres, and I get down too. I wouldn't it would take a lot for me to unsubscribe, but when people don't put out stuff, you get sort of accustomed to or expect a video every week or whatever the frequency is, and when they deviate from that, it's like, what's going on with these people? And the numbers just drop.
She wants the DS.
I promised Dawn if he comes down, I'll show him, but he went back up. He's right at that threshold, right? It's 8:37, so he should be coming down very shortly because usually he goes up and down. He sits in the window and protects everybody until about 8:30, then he gives up. You go aisle by aisles in thrift stores. 6,000 items a day without getting shadow banned. I don't even know what shadow banned is. Carte de Beast. Yeah. Aren't we all, Karen? Thank God for that, right? We're all always learning, I hope. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yep, that's the way to think of it. But I am very sorry, Cameron. I had a dog, Fluffy, from 1975 to 1993. What is that? 18 years. From like a 9-year-old, 8-year-old to 27 or something. That was the hardest thing. I still miss him every day. It never goes away. But yeah, they had beautiful lives. That's what you focus on. There you go. Yep. I like that, Kelly. Are you big into Poshmark, Lori? Chunky lots. 60 pounds. It's a lot of cards. Yep, exactly. Yeah, man, it's awful. We got awfully serious on this show the last half hour or so, but that's okay. That's life, right? Hey, Eric, how you doing? Here's Eric to lighten the mood. Welcome aboard, man. Good to see you. And there's Tracy dragging it down again. No, I'm not kidding. Baron von... Oh, that's hysterical. I'm so sorry, Tracy. Why do they live such short lives? You know, a little Shark, he's only 7, but that's like, we're lucky if he lives another 7. You know, they live such short lives. It's not right. Yeah, there you go. The Cross posting now only sold a few items. Okay. Yep. Hong Kong, right, Papa? Let's talk about Hong Kong. That is a great name. I'm sure. Yep. It's unacceptable, actually. But yep, it's heartbreaking on every level. Sure, man. Hey, Michael. Sonny said, "Yep, sorry, I missed you and John at York. You were there on Saturday." Yeah, right. It could. Yeah, that would have been really good. Sorry, I missed John on Saturday. I had a great time. If you saw the videos, I have a couple of videos about it now, and the bulk of this chat show was talking about it. But yeah, it was a great time. I agree. I'll tell you what. Another thing I probably will do. Not that it's a very long ride for me, but it wound up being about 2 hours because it snowed a little bit, and maybe I will just get a room or something next year and just stay. My wife hopefully can come with me next year, and we'll just go hang out in the town or whatever, and then just hit it right, 9 o'clock the next morning and be there for the whole duration for both days. I have a much better sense of what to expect, like even just physically. Did you hear in the video what I said about my neck? If you can envision this, like you're sitting, the chairs weren't not to whine. They were like little the kind of chairs you would find in like the folding chairs, little metal folding chairs. So not the most, not a lot of cushion action. And you're sitting there for a series of hours going like this. I don't know if you can get the visual, but like basically your head down, thumbing through. And my God, my neck, after like an hour or so, I had to get up and stretch and like do a lap. It was ridiculous. It's much more physical than I dreamed it would be. It's definitely the hydration thing, little snacks, no more shots of soup. And yeah, my neck. I think it would be a good move to like just sit up straight and hold the cards in front of me. Probably a lot less stress. These are things you learn as you go on. But great to have you, Michael. Right, of course.
No. DS.
All right, thank you so much, Karen. Yep, we'll see you next Monday. We'll do the celebratory show. I have a whole week to plan it. Didn't expect to have to plan it tonight, but I'm glad I am. Again, a million thanks to all of you, or at least 1,003 thanks, 1,002 thanks to everybody. You might head back on Friday. There's a small show in Lancaster. Oh yeah, cool. John, do you know about this? A little show? It's like what? On Black Friday, huh? Let everybody else go to the malls. I guess nobody goes to malls anymore, but you know what I mean. Let everybody else go to the Best Buys and stuff. You go to a postcard show. So that's a good thing. Yeah, it's exactly. It's just by virtue of the action you're doing, you're going to be in some sort of pain. Pick the body part that's going to hurt, but something's going to hurt over time. Just hours of sitting. But that's all part of the game. Yeah, that's a great point too. Absolutely. Yeah, the chairs were not the best. I was grateful to have a chair because there wasn't a lot of chairs really. Maybe 2 or 3 at maybe a little more than 3 or 4. Yeah. Exactly. A very weird motion, right? To keep, in my case, my head constantly down like that. It still hurts, honest to God, my neck. I felt like an old man. My wife put on the, not Bengay, but what do they call it? Like the rub, like the arthritis rub on my neck. Oh my God. It still hurts. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna have to be done.
No, they do not have those.
Oh, can you hear her in the background?
things.
Sorry, I think she's on with her mom. Miss Flip It. People are hearing you broadcast. Okay. Never been. Thanks, Eric. Yeah, please, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Probably wrap it up relatively soon. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, there you go. The clubs are a good form of training. Yeah. Yeah, I went in cold, man. I didn't even do any stretch. I think I said in the video, I got to do a little stretching beforehand. I don't want to make such a big deal. It's not like you're running a marathon or anything, but there's a physical element that I did not anticipate. Let's just put it that way. There you go, Purple. It's okay. Thank you. You're funny. No, but I'll tell you, start getting arthritis and ugh, it stinks.
They're like $45.
Oh, look at this. Is that where? Did you find Steve in there, by the way, Popeye?
Okay.
Greenbelt, Maryland. Let me check out the Google. I am. Hang on. Directions from home. An hour 54 south. Oh, it's right by DC, right? Hour and 54 minutes, John. 108 miles. Is that another one? I did, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah, a little while ago during the show, which was really cool. Thanks so much, man. Oh, he's not in there. What exactly is he doing? Exactly, Eric. Yeah, he might be. Oh, that's a club. Yeah, I'll have to look around. Definitely. I know you have a link, don't you, in one of the videos you did? Oh, really? Now, for the benefit of those of us who have never been, joined a club, is it kind of like a smaller scale version of what we just did? Is it just a bunch of people hanging out talking postcards in a room, like on a scheduled basis? Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Eric. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Next Monday, I expect you there with bells on. We'll do a nice celebratory show. We'll do some giveaways. It's a shame it's not Whatnot. We could play some music and stuff, but it'll be a good time. I asked your significant other if she'd like to come on. I'll get with you guys after the show, but maybe have a few guests on. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. And then I don't have to talk about how many subscribers I have anymore. That's done. Just wanted to get over that little hump. Gillette. Okay. Gillette was I'm born and bred in New York, and I worked in Manhattan forever, and I used to live in Bridgewater, New Jersey, if you know what it is, Michael. And Gillette was one of the stations on the Far Hills line or something like that. I forgot what the name of the line is. One of the trains that go into Newark, I used to stop by Gillette. The DC one has 4 to 6 dealers and me for about 4 hours. Oh, cool. Is there transactions taking place, or is it just kind of talking cards? Cool. There you go. Yeah, the meeting. Hear ye, hear ye. Yeah, exactly. You could play the YouTube sanctioned free music. Buy and sell. Oh, that's really cool. And what is it? Every month you meet? Is that what you said? It's still. I mean, it's actually the same distance to me. It's the same exact thing I just did to go to York. Basically, it was like just short of 2 hours. Almost exactly the same distance, actually. It's like due south of York. I play, with the band. I'm in Washington all the time, so very used to the ride. Cool. Now the thing is, if you're in a club, the expectation is you're bringing a satchel or a briefcase of cards to sell. Like, do you have to be a seller sort of to be in these things? Lori, I'm almost positive that John has a link in one of his videos to like a resource where you could find a local club. Let's see. Oh, you're in Sunnyside. Cool. Panda Summit. Yep. Yeah, Uber wasn't a thing when I was Sunnyside. Cool. I'm from Staten Island. Huge Met fan. Sunnyside. Since the school, no charges, and I'm like for after meeting COVID clean. You only have them 4 months out. Oh, it's a shame. Okay. I'm sure there are. There you go. Sunnyside. Ralph. Hi, Ralph. How you doing? A lot of people don't bring any cards. Cool. Oh, show and tell. Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Let's go Mets. Absolutely. Not going to discuss last month's debacle. Very cool. Thank you, Dawn. There you go. Postcard history, useful links. Cool. Check that out, Lori. And you probably like put in a zip code or something, and we'll see if it's anything by you. Yeah, I thought he was asking your own listings, maybe to see like where you rank or something. That's what I thought he meant, but maybe not. Take it away, Ralph. What? Please clarify. Yeah, but you have I mean, again, I could speak from experience that you have an amazing ability to recount previous, like when we were going through cards, you're like, oh, I had that card already and I sold it for $14. Like, you remember from seeing so many millions of cards. It's great. You have a really good memory for things that you've had previously, so you probably don't need to research everything, I wouldn't think. And you know if something's not worth listing too. You count as one of the young people at my club. Oh, really? Yeah, I think honestly, me and Popeye are probably about the youngest. There was a girl there who must have been 25. One girl who might have been on the video. I walked past her like twice. And she was alone, just like very studious, just sitting there plowing through like us with the necks going. But outside of that, I don't think, like, no exaggeration, I don't think many people were under 75. And I think John's like a year younger than me or so. Mid 50s. So we would be the youngins, yeah. Which is kind of cool. For listing. Oh, okay. Virtually anything nowadays, Tracy. If streaming, you want to have a decent amount of memory in there. You want to have a solid state hard drive for sure. Yeah, I'm 55. You're 41. It usually kill that age curve. Cool. Yeah, so we're like the same. We were the kids pretty much. Other than, like I said, there was the one really young girl. Maybe there were a handful of people about our age, but most, without question, there were many 80, 90-year-old people, like many of them. Not exclusively, but many. And God bless them. They were having a blast. Better than sitting there rotting playing bingo, right? We are. We're all young whippersnappers. Look at Dawn with the links. Yep. It's all relative. Yeah. Oh, without question. It's great to see younger people get into it. Actually, I should strike that. I remember also seeing a really, really tall kid. And this was I say kid, 25. He had to be like 6'10", huge. I forgot, how did I not mention this kid? He was walking around too. So at least two, like, let's say 20 to 30, in their 20s, kids were there for sure. But that was the exception. Me and John were kids compared to most of them. There you go. Well, how could he not be? When Connie's your mommy, you got to be into postcards, right? Hey, Joey. Joey Tyler, 22. Are we saying that you are 22? Welcome to the show, Joey Tyler. Anybody have any sales during the show? Usually we all chime in if we got a sale during the show. If not, that's borderline disgraceful. How do we not get a sale in 2 hours? You're very welcome. Thank you for coming in. Great to have you. You have some youngsters that troll through the Portland show. They're usually overwhelmed by the volume of items available. Yeah. He'll be 24 in 2 years. That's great. Oh, okay, cool. There you go. It's a good luck charm. It's almost law of averages. How could, with this many people, how can somebody not sell something? There you go. Listing and vacuuming. Vacuuming. Probably going to wrap it up here, guys. It's like 2 minutes to 9. I'm losing my voice. Hey, I always want to hear if somebody saw something. That's great. Hey, Toy Addict, how are you? Welcome to the show. Portland, Maine. Yep. No problem. Oh, man, there are so many tech channels, computer channels. I watched tons of them for a few years, actually. Yeah, well, thank you for popping in. I'm about to pop out. I'm sorry. Been on about 2 hours now. My voice is giving up, so I think I was too, I don't know, probably from being out in the cold. At that wonderful postcard exposition a couple days ago. Jody, is Jody Toy Addict? If so, hi, Jody. Hopefully we'll catch you on. Well, let's do this now. So Friday being Friday and being Black Friday and Thanksgiving weekend, we won't do the listing show. We will do next Monday. Mark your calendars. A week from today, 7:00. Big celebration for finally getting over the 1,000 subscriber mark. Again, a million thanks to all of you. It means so much to me. It really is an honor. I'm so happy that 1,000 people are interested enough to check in and watch my videos and the live shows. So you've all been a great part of this journey. It's a great community we have here, which is suddenly completely, basically turned into a postcard loving community, which is fine by me because I'm in that community myself. So yeah, you look for some post during the week. I'll throw something together. I'd like to have some guests on for next Monday, and we'll just have a great time. We'll do some giveaways and celebrate together on this little achievement. Not like it's the biggest thing in the world, but it's a monkey off my back, if you will. I'm really excited and happy to see what the future holds. So again, thanks everybody. I'm so happy it happened during a show. That's pretty cool. Couldn't have scripted that. And I'll see you. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everybody. Have a safe, wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, hopefully, and your friends. And I'll see you back next week. Take care. And thanks again.